All the wait has finally paid off. Hello guys, welcome to today's video. Glad to be back, this time with some actual tips and tricks for Biomutant that will help you enhance your experience and progression in this game. Those are things that you really want to know and will make a huge difference because it is very easy to get confused in this huge and vibrant world, especially at the beginning. Make sure to pay attention to all of them because they are related to one another. So let's jump right into it, but before that, as usual, if you enjoyed this video at any point, a subscribe and thumbs up would be super awesome. The first thing we have to do is of course to create our character. Now the breed, class and stats correlation is what I want to pinpoint here. It is very important to build a solid foundation that will make the difference, especially in the early game when it's most needed. Considering that we have this hybrid concept as a core aspect of the game, you probably think that it's not much of a big deal, but it is. So this is the first tip. Take your time to understand the classes, the passives they have, and also what's the best choice in terms of breeds. So let's take an example. The Psy-Freak is, like I said in the last video, the mage of the game. So of course you will need intellect for him in order to improve the amount of damage you deal with spells, and for that the best breed available is FIP. This is only an example. Look for the breed that gives you the stats you need for the class you are choosing, and after that, of course, choose your stats in accordance to the class. Tip number 2. As soon as you start, the first 30 minutes of gameplay is not much of a big deal because you kind of follow the instructions and you learn the basic moves and controls. But after that point, you get thrown in this huge world, tasked with the duty of saving it, and the main thing you will see is this icon to follow the main quests. But besides that, there are a lot of NPCs that you can do quests for. A lot of them have really nice rewards like the strongest weapons in the game, so I would definitely recommend you take some time for these side quests, both because of the loot and because of the aura points that you will get. The equipment you get from these quests will be very useful in combat, boss fights and even exploration. I will make a video about the best quests and early unlocks, so make sure you stay tuned. By the way, if you want to track the side quests, just go to the menu and then go to the secondary quests, and there you go, you can track them very easy. Moving to the next one, for tip number 3, we have the exploration, which plays a key role in the game. There are a lot of reasons you should take your time to explore. You will collect a lot of items, parts and materials that you absolutely need in order to become stronger. Look at this cool item I just crafted. It deals an impressive amount of damage and also has this awesome fire effect. It's also a lot of fun involved in the process because you can make ridiculous looking weapons. For example, I have this banana which surprisingly has decent stats. But more recently I got this legendary on my mercenary character which deals absolutely insane damage. And I got it random from opening chests. So yeah, take your time to enjoy this game because there are a lot of awesome things waiting for you. Tip number 4 goes hand in hand with the exploration. Of course you want to keep an eye on the chests, on the buildings, cars, bridges that could hide valuable gear, but besides that you definitely want to collect materials. So whenever you see one of these, make sure you take it down and collect their sources. You will need them for crafting and upgrading your equipment later on. Also, you will find those plants that give you these leaves that are the currency in the game, which you can use to buy different parts of gear from merchants. Another thing you should keep an eye on are those stands. Whenever you see one, make sure you stop and unlock it because you will get these points that you can use to unlock new skills. Tip number 5. Every time I open a chest I hope to get a legendary or more equipment. There are more ways to improve your loot chance. You have this perk, for example, that you can unlock early in the game that gives you 10% increased loot chance. So you definitely want to have that from the beginning and take advantage of every chest opened. And also you should unlock this one as well, which gives you 25% armor for crafted gear, basically for each part. That's a lot, it's something that you need. Tip number 6. This goes hand in hand with everything I said so far. This is why it's very important to watch this until the end in order to make the connections. You have this fist and this claw bar that you get pretty early in the game, but they are just level 1. Those are useful for opening doors or for breaking walls. Now certain locations require level 2, which is the maximum for this equipment. There are 2 side quests that if you do you will unlock level 2 on them. Believe me, those are very important because without them you will miss a lot of opportunities to get cool drop because you can't access certain locations. The NPCs in question are people, which you can find here. Let me zoom in so you can see the exact location. You just have to climb some spots secured by him, which is pretty distant from one another, but it shouldn't take you so much time, so don't worry. The other one is Click. It's again a pretty easy quest, kind of weird I'd say, but you will see. So Click will unlock you level 2 for the fist, and People will unlock you level 2 for the claw bar. Tip number 7. Make sets with elemental resistance. Don't sell all the items you don't like or use, just the weaker ones. Make sure to keep items for each elemental resistance though. This is very important because you will be able to survive longer in that toxic environment. You will also find a lot of chests and stuff there, so you want to have as much as possible. By the way, if you have 100% elemental resistance, you don't need to stress anymore because you will be able to resist there as much as you want. Make sure to use mutation stats wisely as well. Tip number 8. Use parts gathered to upgrade your equipment. Combined with the 25% bonus armor from the perks, you will be way more resistant. But be careful not to upgrade weak items because you will end up just spending your resources, which is not good. From my personal point of view, I think that the piece of equipment you are upgrading should be legendary. Tip number 9. The karma system, as you may already know, is pretty important in this game. You want to approach the good side and have as much light as possible because you will be able to unlock the most powerful skills. So each time you have the opportunity to do something good, go for it. Of course, nothing stops you to be the evil guy, but you will not be that strong. The last and probably the most important tip is to be patient. Don't just rush in for the main quests. Have a little bit of fun with each area and secrets discovered. We have like 65 hours of gameplay here, or more if you take your time to explore everything and make all of the side quests. What's even more interesting is that there are 3 ways to finish the story, so after I finish playing the good guy, I will definitely start a new campaign and make a character with the darkest aura possible. I am curious to see the result, so if you want to see that happening, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get informed every time I post a new video. Tell me in the comment section which is the class you started playing and why. I would like to hear from you. Until the next time, enjoy your playing and stay safe.